It's also very important for us to know about them. The images of women. The images of woman power in contemporary Canadian fiction by women. So The Handmaid's Tale presents stronger critics of society role in victimizing the woman than Munro's fiction does. It is all about how women were exploited in the agrarian world that was unknown to the world outside. The Handmaid's Tale presents stronger critics of society's role in victimizing women than Munro's fiction does. In Munro's fiction, also, we find how women were destined to suffer, but at the same time offer significant sustained images of power attained through art. Offred is depicted as victim in The Handmaid's Tale. Offred victimized by a system that reduces women to two-legged wombs. That is all. Sacred dresses, ambulatory chalices. These means what? Within the two legs, they are exploited for sex. Finds that the system also reduces men to begetting machines, although there is no doubt about who holds the real power. So when the commander to whom Offred has been given invites her to a secret rendezvous or meeting, she expects kinky sex but finds he wants to play Scrabble because what was, as Offred recalls, formerly a game of retired persons and adolescents has become something different. Women were not allowed to read, but they could have Scrabbles. No stories. Now it is forbidden for us. Now it is dangerous. Now it is indecent. Now it is something he can't do with his wife. Now it is desirable. Now he has compromised himself. It is as if he offered me drugs. Software's mind, especially its ability to make words, becomes a symbol of a power over the powerful male. She extracts gifts and favors in favor for playing the crossword game. Alfred's power is in language. We learn from the scholars who reports 200 years later that the story has been preserved because she spoke of it into a tape recorder. So this scholar male also uses words to discuss Alfred's life in Gilead. In the sharp contrast between the emphatic emotion of her words evoke in us, and the lack of emotion, other than perhaps anger at the professor's extreme objectivity, that the scholarly discourse evokes in us. Atwood provides an image of Offred's power, the power to feel and to express the feeling in words that evoke feeling. The professor says of Offred. Our author then was one of the many and not be seen within the broad outlines of the moments in the history of which she was a part. But what else do we know about her, apart from her age, some physical characteristics that could be anyone's, any woman's, and a place of residence? Not very much. She appears to have been an educated woman insofar as gratitude of any North American college of the time may be said to have been educated. Unlike the professor, we see operate as an individual rather than a representative. Since first person narrative gives us a privileged inside view, we know how she feels about experience which seems more significant than what college she attended. Compare what the scholars say about her name, a true name, with what she says about it. So she is herself very much depressed by the name that she is called. My name isn't Alfred, I have another name which nobody uses now because it is forbidden. Once turned into off plus the name of red. No one can use his name. I keep the knowledge of this name like something hidden, some treasure I'll come back to dig up one day. So this name has an aura around it, like an amulet that woman wears in the arms. Some charm that is survived from an unimaginable past, distant past. I lie in my single bed at night with my eyes closed, and the name floats there behind my eyes, not quite within reach, shining in the dark. So, to the scholar, Alfred is an object of scientific study to dissect it in order to add to the world's store of knowledge about the Gilead Republic. If this novel wouldn't have been written, we wouldn't have known about this Gilead Republic. In finding power in words, in speaking, Alfred has moved from being a victim into what Atwood describes in Survival as a basic victim position woman to be creative non-victim. So in position for creativity activity of all kinds becomes possible. Energy is no longer being suppressed as in the position one or used for displacement of the cause or for passing your victimization along to others as in position two, nor is it being used for dynamic anger position three. And you are able to accept your own experience for what it is rather than to have wing to distort it to make it correspond with others versions of it, particularly those of your oppressors. So, by telling us a story, a version of a life in Gilead, Alfred is a creative non-victim. However, the violent duality, to borrow Gray's phrase of Atwood's vision, as always colors the ending of the novel as we see Alfred again being victimized, objectified by the male professor. This is what we see all through. So naturally, if such a short question is asked, never leave it, attempt it. No.